So I've had a look through my stash and I found this lovely piece of gold foil, obviously from a lovely chocolate at Christmas. And I've got two of my cards here, and I just wanted to show the difference over 5 years, because I've actually, if you think these are the colours that are in a window at the moment of the studio, that was what was on the back of my business card 5 years ago. Name, mixed media artist, art to inspire.co.uk. Now if you think that's really my what I call an archive site now, it's there just to sit and just tick away. My internet, my telephone number. Now look at what's on the back of it now. I have all sorts. So we have the old art room, telephone numbers, what I do, all the website, blog site, Instagram, and the Facebook, and then me email right at the bottom. So the difference in 5 years of what actually has gone on is amazing. So I'm going to use up this old business card. That one I'll put back in the box. Now I'm just going to see which side of this that I like. I think I like that side, and I'm going to use some of my funky scissors. I think that one would be nice. I like funky scissors because this has already got like teeth edge marks along that side, so I think, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Oops, I've already got caught up. And just crinkle it along. Smooth it out a bit more, and then just take a slither off that side too. There we go. So you can see that's almost like a back plate for that to go on. Ooh, yum. Okay, and I'm going to put it in this corner. No, I don't know. Does it? No, it's got to go that way. So again, I'm going to put my tape, my trusty tape, stretch it out. I do use all different types of tape. Now this one is Scotch tape. It's a really heavy duty tape, and I have used it for a while. And I think I'm gonna, oh, we've got an aeroplane going over. That's an unusual one, considering I thought all aeroplanes were grounded. I know some of, you know, are out and about. That will date this video. So let's just peel off the back. Here's one. There's two. There's three. There we go. Stick that in place. That in itself is lovely, isn't it? And then I'm just going to stick two bits on here. Just trim that off a bit. If you think I'm just chucking my papers on the floor or on the table, I've not. I'm very good. I have a bowl and I put everything in my bowl, purely because I do hate that type of mess all over my work table. It is quite a eclectic mix, you know, mix on my table with all the different equipment I use. And when I actually go out and about, I tend to put my equipment in rolls. So this is my brush roll, and I've got several. I've got an art and craft roll, and I've got a brush and art roll, so that it literally is all together, so I can create anywhere. And I've fine-tuned it down, and what I will do is I'll put a video of what I have in my roll and when I go on holiday, from a minimal to a one goes in my suitcase and one goes in Stuart's suitcase, you know, because he's got to carry it too. So those are that's my contents pages. So I will literally write on here contents of what's in this sketchbook. Another blank page. Now on this page I've really thought that I would love this card. This card at the moment, if I pulled that up, with the one little cat looking out in isolation, Oh dear, yeah, so that's that, but it's a beautiful sort of garden type picture. I'll put that one on that page, and then I did find this one, and I showed you this one yesterday, and this one's been torn out of a magazine, not very well, because actually I think I've used the words that were under here, but I did find another one that was quite interesting that I'm going to put there underneath, because that almost echoes the dark colours in here, can you see, but also those sort of textures. So I'm going to put that there. In amongst all my busy pages, I do like some quieter ones, just for thought and almost like a full stop or a breath, because as you can tell, my colour sense is very heightened, so I tend to I like, you know, calmer pages too. So this one I am literally going to take the Distress Ink block itself, and because this one's nearly finished, there's not a lot of left in here, I'm just going to take it across the surface. And again, you know, I'm using it straight from the block. Don't mock me on this one, I just love doing this. And then sometimes if there's, you know, there's too much colour on one, I will stretch it out. So it almost looks like watercolour. Okay. So that just takes down that it was a plain page. Now because this has actually got quite dark areas, I'm going to just take down the centre of the page. Now you can really see on this one, you can see the serratedness of the paper here, but this is where they've taped it. So take that card again and just pop it up. So I'm just going to go around where the actual card is going to go. And I'm going to leave this area light. So I'm going to move it across so that you can actually physically see what I've done. Okay, because obviously I was working and, you know, you didn't tell me, did you? You didn't shout at the screen and say, oh, I bet you were doing this. Move it over, Jane, I can't see what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to make that sort of darker. Alright, so you can see from that blank page, just with a bit of ink, you can use a sponge and some watercolours if you wanted to. So I'm now going to just put some tape on the back of that. Again, just measure, chop it in half. I mean, you could use, you know, I have got sticky rollers, you know, that you buy from the works, and they're just as good. You know, the glue sticks aren't as good for cards and things because they will come out. You can use PVA, but again, you're going to have to sit there and hold it, which is I can't be doing with that. I used to do it in the old days. It used to be glowy glue, and you really did have to hold it down tight. You know, I was the age of scrapbooks and glowy glue, so you know, that's all we had, and we got it from Woolworths, good old Woolworths. And glue wasn't as good as all the other glues like PVA and Mod Podges and things like that we've got now. And I do use all those glues, as people know, for different reasons. But there we go. So I'm now going to put that in place. So there's that one. And move it over so you can see what I'm going to do on here. Now this one's slightly different. Okay, so really all I need to do is take the distressing inks and go around the outside. Now if you're precise, you know, that's up to you. I don't mind, you know, however you want to do them. You know, so that's going on here. Now this has already been broken, so I'm literally just going to put a piece of tape across to stop it moving, because I would like to tear the bottom of it. So let's put that across there to just fix that bit along there, because I'm just going to work out the size on my page. There, it goes down to here. So now if you tear the opposite way round to your colours, you will get the colours tearing away from you. If you do it the other way, you will get a white edge, so you can see. There we go, on there like that. And can you see now? It's a sort of calmer page, which is lovely. This little scrap I then put with all my other scraps, and I'll show you where I put those shortly, because I'm not putting them on the floor, I'm actually putting them in a container. This one, if this one works, yeah it does, but it's a bit strippy. I'm now going to use this one because this is magazine and magazine stuff, so you can see. And I do take one of these on holiday, even at the sunnier climes, and I'm just going to go down the middle of there and there and around that bit there, being very careful where it's actually cut so that it secures itself. There you go. Now I am conscious there's a bit of writing here, obviously, but I'm not worried about it. And then that is going to go in there. Now I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to decide which way up, because it's quite decorated. Here we go. You can see it's unusual. It's almost got like trees. I'm going to do it so it's dangling down. So I'm going to remember where I've put it, because it's magazine. I'm going to go like that. Down the middle. And then pop that one in place. So other than some probably additions to that, I'm going to leave that page, that double page, as it is. So we turn over the page. Oh, this one's one of the ones with the tissue paper in. Now I'm tearing these tissue papers out because they're very light and very flimsy, and what you're doing, you're supposed to put your photos and journaling and things like that in, and those just you know, hold those in place. So this next page, I have got a full magazine page to go in. I'll show you that one. Okay, so I showed you this yesterday, you know, with the other video. So you can see I'm roughly doing a video a day, which is what my challenge was. This has been torn, so there's shells down here, so I will probably now just make a note of where I've got to tear. So I will literally do a little tear, turn it over, take my ruler, and it's a metal ruler, and that's why it's nice and sharp. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, and then just tear against the ruler. Right, you can see there's a nice strip, and I might use that again, but I'll show you where I'm putting all those pieces. So that is going to go in there. Okay, so same again, I'm going to use this light one, but this time I'm actually going to be, I will use this one. Because it really just needs to be intense colour, because that's quite an intense jade colour in the fabric that's shown on that page. And I don't mind if it goes on the previous page I think it all adds to it in the end. If you think these sketchbooks are to inspire, they're to write in, they're to use, these are basics for me to start adding all the other stuff that I come up with in it. Because I tend to work in themes or where I've actually gone. And I'm going to do that one the same all the way around. Yeah, these are really drying out. I'm going to need to moisten these off again. You can buy refills for certain ones, certain colours. There we go. Or you just have to buy new ones. And we all like doing that. Right, so let's pop that on there. And that was called Tumbled Glass. So you can see why it's got that really green hue about it. Right, so that can go on there. And again, because that's... Now I have got a piece of ribbon around here somewhere that came from the front of the actual sketchbook. I'll find that because I know I want to put that possibly down the middle to actually use it up. So I have to have a look at where I put that in here. Or I might have actually left it in the studio. It'll turn up, they always do. Especially when you clear up, you think, oh, that's where it's gone, and then you can stick that in. So I'm just going to pop that in. Like that. Like that. Good. And then pop that in there. Okay, so that's that one stuck in now. Okay, and again I might do doodles because I like, actually there's a little edge here on this embroidery on here, and I actually would probably then do that along there. Okay, so this page is a bit different. I want to start bringing in the peacocks and the dragonflies. So there's another piece of that wonderful wallpaper. And I'm going to have to use tape for this because it's very heavy duty. It really is a very thick wallpaper. Beautiful. Now, there we go, along there, along there, take that off. It's like watching paint though, isn't it? Watching someone peel off tape. You know, put comments below. I am open to comments, please. You know, make them clean. You know, but yeah, there we go. Here we go. So we stick that in. Now, so I'm wanting to bring in the peacock. Now, this was a blank card. Now, I got this from a National Trust property. Which seems very poignant at this time as well. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to leave it open, because what happens with these, I then start adding more and more to these, and there are places for me to then start adding different things to them. Now, papers, I wanted to show you what I do with my papers. Now,